ideal opportunity right now to get a frag, and there it is. Nico does take down Cajun B and open up the map, and it's a complete disaster for the CTs as 3 kills come in. Karrigan does answer back, but he's being forced off, and that Molotov should keep him out of the bomb site as well.
Yeah, Karrigan has to turn tail and run away, so it stops him from holding the angle. He will get onto the site. Zipnix does bag himself a free frag there onto Chris Jail, probably pretty mad at himself for that one. That gives them a chance to get back into this round. Zipnix gets his second. He's going to bring that CZ, dinks onto that last player, who's now next. He's all by himself. It's gone horribly wrong, that free frag. Could have just gift wrapped this round to Astralis.
Wow.
One that Mousesports should simply be bagging comfortably goes against them.
What an absolute horror show that was from Mousesports. Getting a little bit ahead of themselves, a bit too excited. When it's a 4-on-2 situation, you've got the bomb site under control. They've already thought, oh, this round's tied up. They'll be saving, no worries. Chris J throws an awful flash, exposes himself, gets taken down. His teammate gets dropped with him. The pincer comes in from the CTs, and that's just a real shocker to throw away.
When you don't have much utility, you really do lean on those entry frags, and Astralis have been sorely lacking in that department on their T side. So it really doesn't bode too well. Mousesports can just sit in these positions and they will be golden. Astralis, all the pressure mounting on their shoulders, 35 seconds. They do have a triple pronged attack coming in, but Nico on Shadow is going to get those frags every day of the week. Beautiful frag from Karrigan, second kill for him as well. And that op shot misses from Chris J, 20 seconds left. The Molly's going to land off the wall. Surely this can't happen. Next, misses his opportunity. The bomb is going to get planted in the smoke. There's Chris J, finally comes good with the 5-7. And now Zipnix in a 1 versus 2. First frag goes down. This could be very doable for Astralis. This could keep them in this game. The smoke comes down. Chris J does have a defuse kit. And Zipnix is going to have to play this one ice cold. Chris J still hoping for a millimeter to pop out of ramp so he can convert the flick shot. Nothing just yet. Zipnix has balls of steel, by the way. He just walks away. He's like, no, I'm not buying it, mate.
That's crazy. It was a 4-on-2. Somehow Astralis with no utility, nothing to play with whatsoever, keep themselves in this game. Zipnix once again with a 2-on-1 clutch. Balls of steel, as you said. That's a crazy situation for him to win. And Mousesports, once again, looks like they had everything tied up, everything was going perfectly for them, and finding the initial frags there, just needed to play the round together, and once again, they're just isolated from each other. That's the point where Chris J should be coming in and facing, but the smoke, I guess, just kept him out of the round. Zipnix with his second super important clutch there.
Mousesports may be a bit too worried here with 2 low players. They're playing a very deep defense, maybe going to be playing for the retake.
Oh, there's the first kill coming in from Speedy. Brings it to 5-4, 35 seconds remaining. They are pretty much committed to this stage. Someone needs to make something happen. It has to be Cajun B, the only man with a rifle. Chris J taking down Zipnix. Bomb will be planted, but this retake, I'm not really sure it's one they can hold off.
It's going to be so difficult. I suppose the good news, though, for Astralis is 2 players are low, but Cajun B is going to have to make that Galil sing. Meanwhile, Karrigan goes back to Tetris. Just waiting for the CTs to push him. He goes for the peek. He's not going to get anything done. Oh, actually, he gets himself a double. No, he doesn't. Dennis got the team kill just beforehand. 2v3 now. Cajun B's in a good position on jungle. And this funnels the counter-terrorist into a bottleneck, but next somehow gets the upper hand. Here comes Karrigan, and he's going to switch across to the M4. This is looking great, and Astralis get the clutch and keep themselves in Mirage.
How does this keep happening? These ridiculous clutches out of nowhere. Karrigan, 3-on-1 with the Tech 9, somehow keeps Astralis in this game. You could see the look of disappointment on Mousesports. They can't believe their luck. Once again, it's an absolutely unlosable situation. Karrigan, this is crazy scenes. He's normally the guy who gets so close to these clutches and never actually delivers a good. And finally, he keeps Astralis back in this game. 15 plays 14. They get guns once again. And this is a real chance for them now. 1 round required to take it to overtime, and what a series this has been so far.
Again, it has to come down to the entries here from Astralis. The flashbangs are connecting Dupree with a deagle. 20 seconds to reclaim this map and take us into overtime. Speedy on the close angle. Zipnix again. It wouldn't be anyone else with 2 kills, and now suddenly Astralis have the player advantage with the bomb planted with 10 seconds to go. Both the CTs going to be coming through the window. Only 2 flashbangs to retake this site with. It's looking good for the overtime, and it's going to come down. Cajun B with the final 2 frags. And Astralis have dodged another bullet.
I don't know what to say. I'm speechless. For the first time in my life, it's happened. That's crazy. You can just look at the look on Mousesports. That's so devastating to morale going forward. They had that game tied up about 3 or 4 times. Clutch situations, played horribly, going out of control, getting a little bit ahead of themselves, not really approaching situations in a classic technique.
Play hit, as you say, Carradine does miss that shot, but gets away with it. So that's the important part for Astralis. Flashbang going to be landing. Zipmix going to push after this one. He checks the wrong angle, and Nico will put him down. 2 entries over on B side. A lot rests on the shoulders of Device until the cavalry arrives, and he is going to put down the first frag, pushing through smoke. This is doable from him, but that's speedy. Device lands another shot, 2-on-2 now. Cajun B finally shows up. And Nico, you'd want no one else in this situation. The first frag comes down, and he clutches! Unbelievable! Second overtime.
My God, every player on the server is pulling out all the stops right now. This time it's Nico. 4 kills that round and brings us a second overtime. Mousesports are not out of this just yet. And all of a sudden, the mental game shifts in their favor. They're the ones that have come out of nowhere. Occasion B, did he have to jump through the window at that stage?
I was about to ask you, is that the right play? I mean, obviously it turned out not to be, but he had time.
The bomb wasn't planted. Yeah. He had time to work with.
We're going to be using Carrigan again through onto connector. Dennis just playing the angle, not going for the pop flash beforehand, and he has been picked off. It's not looking good for Mousesports anymore. Smokes are landing. That bomb will be planted now on the site unless Chris J has something to say about it. There's the first frag for him, and the bomb has been dropped. So someone has to scurry and pick that one up for their team. Nico comes in as well. Mouse, are you about to dodge another bullet? Well, Device is going to say no. Shuts down Chris J. 3 plays 3. Nico's low. Oh, and Nex has been picked off. That is a huge frag for Astralis. And that could be Mousesports now circling the drain. They're doing significant damage, though, onto Dupree, down to 8 HP. There's the frag, though, from Device onto Nico. And now it's all on Speedy. And he can't get it done. Astralis are going to take it in the second overtime, 22-19.
You've got to feel bad for Mousesports there. How many times did they come in touching distance there in regulation time? You felt like they should have taken that. It shouldn't have even gone to overtime, right? It was like 3 or 4 clutch situations they won. It didn't even feel like a convincing T round coming from Astralis throughout the whole campaign there.